Good afternoon. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Osayanoma Saba. Vice President Kashim Shettima has restated the administration's plan to create 21 million jobs in rural and agrarian communities through major investments in agriculture. Speaking at the Hand-in-Hand Investment Forum in Abuja, he said reforms such as easier land registration, stronger investment agencies, and deeper public-private partnerships are designed to attract and sustain capital. Shettima added that the National Development Plan of 2021 to 2025 aims to lift 35 million Nigerians out of poverty while ensuring food and nutrition sufficiency. The Coalition of Federal Pensioners of Nigeria has announced that it will embark on a nationwide protest on October 6th if the government fails to implement pension increments and palliatives. The national chairman of the coalition, Mukaila Ogumbote, stated this at a press conference in Lagos, noting that pensioners had given the government until September to settle arrears, increments and palliatives. According to Ogumbote, failure to act would leave the pensioners with no choice but to embark on a nationwide naked protest on October 6th. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has launched the Supporting Sustainable Social Protection System project in Oyo State to strengthen support for vulnerable households and improve access to essential services. Our correspondent, Richard Ashaulu, has the reports.
UNICEF Chief of Lagos Field Office, Celine Lafocre, revealed that 48.7% of Oyo State population and 72% of children live in multidimensional poverty, while only 11% of vulnerable residents are captured in the state social registry.
A joint project implemented by UNICEF and ILO with the generous funding of the European Union. That project is designed to support governments in accelerating and expanding the social protection coverage.
The International Labour Organization's Good Diop and UNICEF's Mohamed Okore said the project will strengthen the registry by 2027 and add 250,000 households by 2026.
Social protection is one of the key pillars of the ILO decent work agenda, which means to strengthen social protection and also to work with the ILO constituents like governments, employers, and workers.
In the social register, we need to increase that number. And by the end of 2026, for example, we expect that additional 250,000 households would have been included in that.
Oyo Acting Governor Adebayo Lawal reaffirmed government's commitment to poverty reduction, while Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Professor Musbau Babatunde, noted that State 2019 to 2027 roadmap prioritizes inclusive growth and protection for the vulnerables.
I urge you to work in close alignment with our government institutions, civil society, and local communities to ensure the full and effective realization of the objectives of this initiative.
I have a special particular chapter there on social protection issues. So we've had a well-coordinated approach in terms of institutional framework for reducing vulnerability and encouraging inclusiveness.
The SUSI project is expected to expand Oyo State social protection coverage, improve poverty reduction efforts, and create a more inclusive system for the state's most vulnerable households. Richard Ashalu for Dominion News.
Moving on, the Olubadan designate Oba Rashidi Ladoja has described Ibadan as a training ground that has produced great leaders across Nigeria and the world. Oba Rashidi Ladoja made this statement while receiving the Dominion Broadcast Group at his Bodija residence in Ibadan. He emphasized that his administration will focus on an all-inclusive governance in Yoruba land.
The Dominion Broadcast Group, owners of Dominion 106.1 FM and Dominion Television, visited the Bodija residence of Olubadan designate Oba Rashidi Ladoja, led by Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Dominion Group, Professor Kola Owolabi. The purpose of the visit was to congratulate Oba Rashidi Ladoja on becoming the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land.
We now have an Oba, not an Oba of Ibadan, but an Oba of Yoruba land. The Olubadan stands for a purpose, not for Ibadan alone, but for the whole of Yoruba race.
This is the first time we are going to have an Oba in Ibadan that is very, very unique.
The people we expect to transform Ibadan because of his pedigree, because of his background and so forth. And he's very passionate about the people.
Expressing gratitude to the board and management of Dominion Brokers Group, the Olubadan designate thank God for achieving the position held by his forefathers. Oba Rashidi Ladoja used the occasion to call for peace, unity and harmony in Ibadan, describing the city as an indispensable part of Nigeria. Oba Rashidi Ladoja also promised to partner with the Dominion Brokers Group. He is set to be crowned as the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land on September 26, 2025. Aino Grace, Dominion News.
On the foreign scene, a Kenyan High Court has ordered the arrest of a British national on charges of murdering a local woman near a British Army training ground in central Kenya 13 years ago. The body of 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru was found in a septic tank in April 2012 in Nanyuki, north of Mount Kenya, weeks after witnesses said she was seen leaving a bar with British soldiers. The court in Nairobi ordered the arrest of the suspect, who is currently in Britain, but has declined to publish the suspect's name without providing a reason for the unusual instruction. Prosecutors stated in a press release that an extradition request would be initiated. United States President Trump is set to meet King Charles III in Windsor Castle as part of his first full day of his second state visit. King Charles will make the showcase speech welcoming the president at the glittering state banquet tomorrow evening, but there will be a lineup of other senior royals to help with the hospitality. The visit will see royal pageantry, trade talks, and international politics. Meanwhile, the United States government has imposed new sanctions to counter the destabilizing activities of Iran and its accomplices in Asia and the Middle East. The Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control designated an illicit financial network of 2 Iranian facilitators, as well as individuals and entities based in Hong Kong and the United Arab Emirates. The network is accused of facilitating the sale of Iranian oil, with proceeds benefiting Iran's Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces Logistics and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Now talking sports, former Chelsea boss Jose Mourinho is set to return to the Champions League as talks are in him to join Benfica. Benfica sacked their manager Bruno Lage last night following their Champions League defeat to Qarabag. The Portuguese team took an early 2-0 lead in the game, but allowed their visitors to fight back and won the game. You can follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at DominionCast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Osarenoma Saba. Thank you for watching.